times, right? We see these pattern ideas, this worked before, you know, that's why they try to slot you, are you Cosby Show, like, are you with Black? It's a pattern, right? And so the idea that we've been trying to fight is like, how do you broaden the overall environment? How do you make people more comfortable with things that they normally wouldn't be comfortable with? When Lena Dunham did Girls, people were talking about, oh, this is a huge victory, this is a huge victory. But at the same time, if you look at certain patterns, it's not. It's another show that takes place in all-white New York City and an all-white Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Which is packed, right? With 4 young white women who don't have any friends of other races with stereotypical things. And what was interesting about that backlash was it showed a lot about kind of where things are. One, people were able to write a lot of that backlash off as misogyny. Oh, it's a woman's show, so it's being overly criticized as compared to other things, not paying attention to all of the stuff that we do every freaking day, like whatever. The other part of it was that Lena Dunham, when asked to comment on these things, said, well, I wish there had been more people of color in the show too. And you're like, wait a minute. You're the showrunner, creator, and writer. What do you mean if you wish? Like there's some kind of magic where people will show up and be brown in your show. You write these roles in, right? And yet there's this disconnect between like changing the environment and creating action around pop culture that hasn't happened in a long time. So I feel like it's more, we get bogged down in conversations, is Tyler Perry good or bad for Black people? Can Asian American women continue to play the dragon lady? Do they have to always be part of white guys? Whatever the conversation may be. But if we keep focusing on this individual situation and not necessarily the broader look at pop culture, who can greenlight shows, who participates, who puts the money down, what do we support, then we're going to be spinning our wheels. There's always going to be a new show to come up to be the whipping boy.